Ah yes, every year around this time, this room starts to take on a different meaning to yours truly. Hello again, everyone. Fall is in the air, Halloween stores and decor are popping up all over the place, and well, it's just a beautiful time of the year for Halloween. But we're going to ignore that. This is going to be another rant about Christmas from yours truly, of course, as I talk about, well, what else, but one of my favorite times of the year, which isn't quite here yet, I realize that. And, yeah, I mean, if you didn't want to hear about Christmas, you shouldn't have clicked on the video, because it's right in the title. Many of you probably didn't click on the video, I know, because I have analytics. But, anyway, it is September 25th, which is a significant time of the year for me, of course, because it signifies 3 months till Christmas. And as many of you know from watching my channel for a long time, the Christmas coverage is usually pretty awesome. Like, it's usually pretty steady once November hits. But even before that, I'll do a couple little preview things. I'll talk about Christmas Central, and, you know, there's really only so many times I could talk about Christmas Central and have it be something a little bit different. So I thought, for the interest of mixing it up a little bit, I would talk about sort of the preparation and just what all that entails, and why preparation is so key to having a great Christmas, at least for me. Now, as you can see next to me, I've got a whole bunch of stuff. This is all the Christmas stuff that I use every year, and there is some organization to it, although in recent years, I've actually had to kind of go outside the box here because there's so much new stuff, like the carousel here, the Ferris wheel behind me from last year. There's bags of Christmas stuff, and there's even more stuff on the couch right there. So there's some stuff I haven't even been able to put in boxes because there's just so much of it. But the most part of the organization is that all my lights are in this green case here. All the lights that go in the room, all the lights that go on the shelf. There's some bigger Christmas decorations in here, like the ski mountain, the star front on top of the tree. I can actually see that through there. I've got one of these little kind of egg carton looking things for ornaments. And then as far as ornaments go, most of them are going to be in this box right here, which it's actually not on the camera, but I'll show it later. Yeah, there's a box here. It's actually a really fun fact here. It's an old cat carrier box. I'm not kidding. And then we have this priority mailbox up top. I don't know what was originally in it, but again, I use it for Christmas ornaments. There's actually a lot of boxes down here that we use for other things that I, emptied out and used for Christmas things. So people, collect empty boxes, usually for moving or different things. I use them for Christmas ornaments because, again, there's a lot of stuff to store in here. This whole room, when it opens up, or, getting Christmas Central out is like a hassle in itself, just getting everything out of the boxes and put somewhere in the room just until I can rearrange it properly. Of course, in this big bag here, we have the Christmas tree, the Balsam Hill Christmas tree, a really beautiful tree. Really hard to get that in the bag every year, let me tell you. Not as hard to get it out of the bag, because it pretty much wants to get out of the bag, like it's huge, and you got to try to scrunch it in this little bag. So as soon as I unzip that bag, in fact, I did a video of it last year, it just falls out of the bag. Usually hits me in the face. Then it's just a matter of putting it in the room. But that's another challenge in itself, and I'll show you why. The problem is this room is extremely small. And, I mean, it wouldn't be so small if not for the couch, the piano, and all this stuff. But the fact is that's all here. And that's not going anywhere. So I can only take maybe 1 or 2 steps to each side here. And that's it. And as you know, the Christmas tree takes up a big radius. So how do I get it in here? Well, simple. I got to get rid of all this stuff somehow. Got to move the cases. Got to move all the bigger things out of the room. How I do that? Well, that's kind of a dark secret. It goes in a closet somewhere. And, yeah, no. I mean, a lot of times you just see Christmas Central. You just see poof, all this stuff's in the room, and then you're kind of wondering, well, what happened to the other stuff? There you go. And, of course, I couldn't talk about Christmas Central without mentioning this special place here, which is where most of the action is. Even now, there's still the penguin racers and some of the old lights on here, which I may or may not take off. They've gotten a little straggly from being on here for almost a year, some of them 2 years. Obviously some of this stuff will have to come down, and I mean, yeah, it's not pretty, to talk about the preparation of Christmas Central, but again, as I mentioned, it is a key part of Christmas, and a key part of what keeps my Christmas seasons both, fun and exciting, but also stress-free. And that kind of gets me back to the whole premise of the video, which was preparation, and why preparation is so important is because I want to have everything ready, and I don't say that in like a pain-in-the-butt kind of way, I just say it in like, the importance of Christmas, which is obviously very important to me every year and always has been. And by the time December rolls around, I'd say like 75% of my preparation is done, which I was actually thinking about it. And, I like to take my preparation in 3 phases, which is, September 25th to October 25th is kind of what I call the collection phase. It's when I start collecting things for Christmas Central, taking a look at what worked, what didn't work. And, that's kind of just the beginning phase of it. It's not too intense because, we're still a few months out, but there are a couple days, and I'm planning a couple days where I'm going to just look for Christmas stuff. I'm excited to see what stores like Walmart and Target have to offer, but I'm also going to go a little further than that and check out some other places. And maybe I'll find something I like, maybe I won't. Either way, I think I've got plenty of stuff to work with, but it's always fun to have some extra stuff. And I do have a new theme this year like I've had in past years, and that's another part of it. It's kind of just the brainstorming, the logo design, stuff like that that's like a little more on a visual level. And then I'd say October, the second phase is probably my most involved phase, October 25th to November 25th. That's when the most action happens. Starting like late October, I start clearing this room out. I start just maybe doing some preliminary lighting, but generally not much major as far as decorations go in the last week of October. But I do get the room ready because on November 1st, I want to be starting it. I want to be, putting some lights up. I want to be doing the first couple phases of the design, and then I want to start putting up the tree maybe the second or third week in November. And from there, it's pretty much done by Thanksgiving. And that's awesome. And it's in that time that I start to see Christmas Central come together. And that's a really exciting time, seeing the first string of lights go up, the second string of lights, the third string of lights, all the different things I do. Some of it I already know what it's going to be, but like I said, depending on what happens in the next month or so, I might have some new idea that I haven't even thought of yet that will further enhance this display. Because I'm always trying to do something different, something bigger, and something better. So, every year I go for a different feel. Some of the stuff's obviously going to be the same, but different feel that I won't completely know until I start designing it in November. And then along with that, Christmas shopping and other such preparations that, we're all familiar with. So I'd say by like November 25th, I've got like a big chunk of my Christmas stuff done. That's when a lot of the action happens. And I do that so that, November 25th to December 25th, I am just kind of more relaxing, still preparing, but, just finishing my Christmas shopping and doing a few other things, and maybe throwing some fun activities here and there. So that's kind of how I design my Christmas season so that I can have the most fun possible in as short a time as possible, because I don't always have a lot of time. So when I get it, I use it. I spend, a few solid days in here just working on Christmas Central. It takes anywhere from, like maybe 3 to 6 hours to do everything, maybe more. I don't really know. I haven't timed it. I just know I have a lot of fun. I usually have some certain checkpoints I try to do each day, trying to clean the room out while also getting the tree up and everything. So that's Christmas Central. That's Christmas season in general. I'm very excited for it. But of course, it's still September 25th, so there's still a few more weeks until I even really start moving on this. Just wanted to take a chance while I have it to talk about it, in case anyone was wondering, which I don't know if anyone was. And, oh yeah, happy Halloween, everybody. Heyo.